Hello, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Loyal F Girl. This is your host, Lil Lizzie here. What is up, guys? Today's episode I was about to curse. Today's episode is going to be a little chill, censored, not so, raunchy like I normally do. I have a very exciting, amazing guest today. I'm super hyped on it. I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Tom McNamara. I'm really excited to be with you. I'm mayor of the city of Rockford.
How cool is that, guys? Like, the mayor of Rockford is here with the Loyal F Girl. I'm really excited to learn about you, to let Rockford learn about you, because I feel like that's vital for, a podcast like mine, because I feel like people always assume, oh, well, he's the mayor. He probably, has no bad days. No, well, maybe the people think you do.
I thought maybe they thought I didn't have any good days.
Oh, no. I'm always so excited that you are our mayor, because you're a millennial, and I feel like you do a lot for our community. So yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, let's start with the first question I ask everyone on my podcast. What is mental health to you?
Well, I wish I would have had that question in advance. I think mental health to me is, just for me, I would say it is taking care of myself so then I can do my job, which a lot of my job is helping others. And when I say taking care of myself, that's obviously me, physically, mentally, and spiritually, but it would also be in that expanded circle, my amazing wife and my children.
I love that you always talk about Sarah. I think that is so beautiful, and your children. You really do. And I think that's beautiful, because I feel like in this day and age, a love like that is so rare because everyone's just nasty.
I just keep saying it, hoping that she'll continue to like me back.
Oh, I love that. No, that's super beautiful to me. I love love. A lot of people are like, oh, love doesn't exist anymore. But then there's people like you guys, and I'm like, love does exist. People just got lazy. Love is hard, and
it can be.
Yeah, so that's beautiful. I love that. Let's start with something light. What was your first job?
Ooh, can I give you two?
Sure.
All right. So both happened somewhat. The very, very, so I'm a politician. I just lied to you. I'm going to give you three. So the very first job I had was newspaper carrier, and that was a lot of fun. Certainly taught you discipline, waking up really early. I still do that to this day. But really, probably the two first jobs I had were really simultaneous. I was making pizzas at Panino's on North Main. And then I was cleaning shoes at Rockford Country Club.
How cool.
The cleaning shoes wasn't super cool, but the money was good.
I feel like that would just be so dope, like being able to say that, because I don't think that's really a job anymore, right?
I don't know if it is.
I don't know. It might be. It's still really neat to me. I think that's super cool. And pizza, yum.
Yeah.
So you were making those panizza things or whatever they have.
Did the panitas.
Is it panizza? Is that how you say it? Might be, y'all, might be. So panizzas.
They also had the cinna. I forget what they called it, but there was cinnamon mixture on top of it.
I like cinnamon.
That was, if it touched you, it was like napalm. It burned you so bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, let me go get some of those. That sounds delicious. I've been someone told me the other day, cinnamon's really healthy for you. So I get a cinnamon roll almost every day now because I'm healthy. So, sorry. So let's continue. That's cool, though.
What was your first job?
What was I just honestly worked at an office as a secretary.
Okay.
It was cool. It was chill. How do you call it? I just I really learned. I think that I like that you said the thing about waking up early because of your first job. I think that is the reason I'm a morning bird, because I was like, oh, cool. I get to do this. I get to wake up early and, organize things. And that's probably where my organization came from too. Okay. So that's kind of neat.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. What would you do in a world where money didn't exist?
What do you mean by that?
What would you do for let me think.
What would my job be, or what?
No, not necessarily job. Just like if you could do anything you wanted, where money wasn't a factor in any aspect, what would you do with your daily life?
Well, first, I would make sure that every child could go to college for free. Second, I would be a golf professional, and I would live somewhere on a body of water that's really close to a golf course.
Okay, so you love golf then.
I do love it. It's really the one thing that I do when you mentioned mental health. Like, it's the one thing I do that I can actually put both of my phones down. I'm still obviously going to answer them if something bad happens, but
For sure.
I really feel I'm outside. I don't mean it negatively, but no one's bugging me.
Of course.
I'm more by myself.
Yeah.
And I grew up doing it. Ingersoll Golf Course on the far west side of Rockford was like my childhood babysitter. My mom dropped me off at 7 a.m. and she would pick me up at 3:30. And
wow.
I loved it. Now, as mayor, truthfully, I don't play a lot at all.
Oh no.
But it's just a really relaxing space. It kind of reminds me of some of the times I had as a younger kid, and I love it.
That's amazing. Well, you guys heard it here. He loves golf. That's cool. Do you do like the whole golf cart and everything thing, I assume?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest, I'm not going to like carry my bag anymore. I used to do that. But now if I play now, it's golf cart and I want to be the first person to tee off because I am also impatient.
Oh.
And so I tee off I want to have the earliest possible tee time. So I'm done with 18 holes in less than 2 hours and I can typically go to work.
Wow. So that's cool though, golf. It's funny you say that. I was actually speaking with an artist, like a local music artist from Rockford recently, and he was saying how he wanted to, do it like, I'm not going to say what, but something at a golf course. And I thought that was really cool that you just brought that up. So that's cool. That's cool. Let's see. What age do you think a person stops being considered young?
Probably depends on the person who's calling them young.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, every day I know when I'm in meetings, people still think I'm young and I'm 40. I think it's also who's calling you it and what position you're at.
Ooh.
But for me personally, I think anyone under 25 is pretty young.
Okay. 25. Cool. Let's see. You said you golf. Do you have any other hobbies besides golf?
So most recently, my hobbies have been on the weekend letting my daughter paint my nails and playing cars on the floor with my son.
That's cute. Okay.
It's cute as long as it comes off. Otherwise, Monday morning meetings are a little unique, but yeah.
Mayor, are you okay? I'm done. How do you call it? What color does she normally do?
Pink.
The best. I love pink.
Like a fluorescent pink, though. Like it is really pink.
That's
or purple.
awesome.
She likes purple.
No, that's definitely super cute. Let's see. So, what makes you happiest in this world?
Easy. Kids and wife.
I love that.
People should know this. So I have an amazing wife that I don't deserve. Her name's Sarah. She's amazing. We have 2 kids, Malachi John, who just turned 6, Olympia Rose, who just turned 7. And I am really fortunate because they both look like Sarah and not like me.
Oh, that's so cute. I love how you talk about your wife. I've been around you numerous times and it's always so respectful and just it's goals, it shows you that there are still great people out there that do believe in love, do believe in loyalty. I think that's beautiful. So thank you for showing, my listeners, myself, that there are still great people out there.
So a funny thing, we are also somewhat polar opposites, me and Sarah.
Really?
Yeah. For sure. So the first time I met her, I had just moved back to Rockford and we were at Greenwich Village Art Fair. My mom and everyone in my family is an artist. I am not an artist. I have no artistic skills. And so I was there helping them set up their tents, for their art booth. And my sister for the longest time was like, oh, when you get back, you got to meet this girl. And whenever your sister's like, you got to meet this girl, you're like, all right, I will run far, far away from that girl. And so didn't want to meet her. She was there setting up. She worked for a small restaurant downtown at the time. It was called Crew. And she was setting up their table. And my sister was like, oh my God, she's here. You got to go meet her. And I was like, okay. So I went over
on the spot
and met her. And was immediately attracted to her. And so when she left, my brother's like, what do you think? And my brother was there too. And he was like, what do you think? I was like, seems really cool, really pretty. I was like, but chicks with green and purple hair don't really dig me. And so my wife had green and purple hair.
That's amazing.
My brother's like, if anyone needs green and purple hair in their life, it's you.
Oh.
So
and that was it.
So that was Saturday morning, called her Sunday, went out to dinner Monday. That was it.
You've just been inseparable since.
I think so. You got to ask her, though.
I know. Miss Sarah, she's so cool in town. Cool. So I'm sure all of you know, but like Sarah, she is actually a really talented artist. Like, does she paint or does she draw?
So she'll actually does linoleum block carving. So she carves linoleum blocks and then prints those often on textiles. And then she owns a shop downtown called Gem. And she actually just announced this morning that she's going to move that location to the former Salvage by Sonia location.
Okay.
But it's all female artists, all locally, are all handmade. Very inclusive shop and really pretty awesome.
No, that's super cool. So Gem, what kind of shop is it's just like they just like
So it's called Gather, Engage, Make. So
okay.
It has everything. You can go in there and buy pens and pencils that have funny and inspiring sayings on them. You can buy candles. You can buy jewelry. You can buy textiles, kitchen towels, anything you need.
Okay, that's neat. That's really cool. I didn't know that. Okay, and she's moving locations, so that's cool. Let's see. Tom, how are you really feeling today?
Today?
Yes.
It's been a long couple weeks, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I am exhausted today.
Oh no. Well, I hope that you will feel a little better by the end of the interview. Let's see.
How are you feeling today?
I feel great. I'm interviewing the mayor. It's a great day for me. I'm ecstatic today. Let's see. What have you done today though that has made you feel good?
So, a number of things. I had the opportunity, I met with 2 different groups of aldermen, and we're talking about Barbara Coleman redevelopment. So, Barbara Coleman's 26 acres on the southwest side of the river, right along South Main Street.
Yes.
And we are going to be bringing forward a development agreement to our city council in the next couple of weeks for a $420 million development. And it's a mix of apartments, townhomes, and small businesses. And we're going to take those historic structures that are there and absolutely transform them into new apartments, lofts, businesses, and there'll be townhomes out front. And so this morning, we actually started at 7:30 talking to aldermen in small groups about the project in detail so that when it comes to council, it's not the first time they see it. So that was really exciting.
That's so exciting.
It is. I also gave a key to the city to a gentleman who had worked for the city for 42 years in the water department. I just met with Rockford University President Patty Lynott to talk about so with Rockford Promise allows every kid who lives in Rockford, goes to Rockford Public Schools, and earns a 3.0. We now pay for them to get a 4-year degree at Northern Illinois University, tuition and general fee free.
What?
And so we were talking to Rockford University because I want to expand the number of institutions. So we created it for NIU about 3 years ago while I was mayor, and now I want to expand it and include Rockford University into it.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So now think about it. When you buy a home in Rockford, it comes with free college tuition.
Literally.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Wow. That's actually super dope. I love that. Okay. That's super cool. What is the craziest, most enjoyable dream you've ever had?
So I will be honest, not a good question for me because I don't remember any of my dreams.
Oh, just kidding. Well,
I really don't. I think I really don't remember any of my dreams.
Okay, we are going to just skip that question, y'all. Do you plan for disasters?
Like personally or for the city?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I guess.
Yes, for the city. Yes. All day, every day. For myself, no, I mean, I'm not someone who like in the back of my car, I have like the disaster kit, or I don't have like, the disaster blanket at my home. I would say,
okay.
We definitely have like the ladders that you can throw out your windows. But no, I don't. I'm not a big planner for disasters.
Okay. Let's see. Do you believe someone with mental illness like needs to have a routine?
I wouldn't be the one to answer that. I think it depends on others. I mean, routines are good for me.
I love routine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So my initial answer would be yes, but I'm not an expert there, so I don't want to put that on other people.
I feel that. Okay. Let's see. Would you enjoy a month of solitude where you were like all alone in an isolated, beautiful, natural like setting with like everything that you needed with no social media? You could have your family there, but you would just be alone with, probably just them.
Oh, well,
just no social media though.
That absolutely. I will 100%. That'd be amazing. I thought you were going to say like solitude. So I did one of those.
Like solo with them.
Okay, but that's with them. That's not solitude. Like
Valid.
So I did. Have you seen the 4 city floats downtown?
Oh God. Okay, I have not done them, but I've definitely heard about it. Please tell.
So my wife swears by them. I mean, she would do it every day if she could.
Wow.
Absolutely loves them. Thinks it's the most relaxing thing in the world. I did it, and she got me like an hour session, I think. And for the first couple minutes, it was a little awkward. Then like there was like 9-10 minutes. I was like, this is amazing. And then I was in this like egg thing by myself for an hour. I was like, this is a scary place to be alone with. Like, I can't do that. No. So yeah, no, when you say solitude, I'm like, nope, don't want to be by myself. But if I can bring my family, yes, I will take a month with them.
That's cool. So the float was like a little... At first, it was great, but then...
It was just too much for me by myself.
So you think like a 30-minute session would be better than an hour, probably?
For me. But Sarah, shoot, she would stay in there for 2 hours if they let her.
Damn. Okay. That's cool. Would you rather play a game with someone less or more skilled than you?
I would say more skilled, as long as they're not so much more skilled that like it's just pointless. Like if it was something you could work towards and it was a challenge, yes. If it was, I'm not going to go play basketball with Michael Jordan, but like I would go play golf with him because I think he's more skilled at golf than me, but I could still compete.
Okay, that's a great answer. You said Michael Jordan, if you're watching this, please play my mayor in a game of ball because I would love to watch this.
Not basketball, but golf.
Oh, golf.
Jordan, if you're watching, I got you.
That part. Let's see. Do you experience anxiety?
Every day.
How do you cope with it?
So I do like routines. I mean, you can pretty much set your watch by what I do every day. I mean, I'm up at 4:30. I do the same thing every single day. So I think routines definitely help me. I'd like to have a plan for the day. So routines, yes, I follow that. But then, I mean, I live by my schedule. And so every single thing is in there. I don't love disruptions. As a mayor, I have found out I don't always control that. And so there always will be those disruptions. But I also build in time for just myself. And so every day, it doesn't happen every day. I would say probably 2 or 3 days a week. If you looked at my calendar, you'll see an hour or 30 minutes or a 2-hour block that it literally just says Tom time. And so my assistant knows that she's not going to book anything there. And if she does, we talk about it. She's like, hey, your kid has a music performance. Do you want to go to that? I'm like, yes, of course that. But if it was like, hey, do you want to do this podcast? I'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to do it during that time. Okay. And so I like that. That gives me time to just get caught up. I don't like being behind. So that time is like, otherwise my entire schedule is meetings. And so, which is great. Yeah. But you need time to follow up and get the work done that you discussed at the meetings.
That part.
And that part. I found right away as mayor, like, I mean, I was meeting with people at the beginning for 15 or 30 minutes. And that's a lot of meetings in a 14-hour day.
Yeah.
And if you do that for 5 days, like all weekend, all you're doing is just working another 14-hour days just to do the work that you should have done last week for those meetings.
So as the mayor, do you have like a schedule, or you just always like, do you always have to be available? Probably always, right?
When you say a schedule, what do you mean?
Like hours, like, is it 24 hours basically?
It's 24/7. So, yeah, it's 24/7. And, you know, a typical day for me is I'll be up at 4:30. I'll do emails and stuff that I can just do myself. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll do them in bed. Sometimes I'll get up and go drink coffee and do it. Then hang out with the kids from about 5:15 to about 6. I shower, I go to work, and then I get home at 9 or later, and sometimes a little earlier, depending.
9 at night?
Yeah. And then do the whole thing again. Weekends, you'll have different events. Like this weekend isn't exceptionally busy for my events. I think I have 2 or 3 on Saturday and 1 or 2 on Sunday. And so I won't be in the office those days, but I'll go to those events. And then I'm not complaining. You don't get vacation, you don't get personal days, but also you can take vacation whenever you want. You just got to find it. And so we're dealing with it right now. We decided that we were going to get a week away right when the kids are done with school. Well, now a number of things have popped up that I just can't miss. So what I'm going to do is go for a couple days, come back for a couple days, go for a couple days, and my wife will be able to stay up there the whole time.
So you guys just make it work. I'm so glad I asked that question, because I've always wondered, I'm like, does he have, so then, okay, so you literally are always working 24/7 then. That's cool to me.
Yes. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So there's obviously probably a lot of benefits to being the mayor too. What's your favorite benefit?
Favorite benefit being mayor? The best benefit, honestly, I get to go everywhere. And so Rockford has so much that people just don't know, don't take the time, don't have the opportunity to see, whatever it may be. And we also just have amazing people. I mean, you look at like what Collins Aerospace is doing. So like when soon all airplanes will be electrical.
That's
electric.
crazy.
And you look at Collins Aerospace in Rockford is where many of them will be tested at.
That's amazing.
You look at the most powerful telescope on the face of the earth was built here in Rockford. You look at these things, and I got to go there. I got to see these things. I got to see it before it was completed, while it was being,
cool.
And then you get to talk to all these amazing people. And I always think one of the most neat things I get to do is you talk to like the quiet heroes that aren't in the news. They don't necessarily want to be in the news, but like tonight, I'm going to go to talk to a Girl Scout troop. And you just think more than likely the troop leader is working a full-time job, has kids of their own, and is volunteering time multiple times per week to be this mentor and leader of other people's kids for free. That's really cool.
That is beautiful.
That's what you need more of. And so I'm going to get to go out there and chat with the scouts, but also get to meet the troop leader, who's probably an amazing person.
I love that. Okay. No, that's cool. Yeah, Rockford is definitely like my favorite city. I like traveling, of course, but when I'm on any vacation I'm always like, man, I can't wait to be home. Like no matter where I'm at, I'm like, I can't wait to be home. Like I'm enjoying myself. I could be in New York, anywhere. Like I love traveling, but it's always like such a feeling to be able to come home. We have the best food. I don't care what anyone says. Rockford has phenomenal food.
We have awesome chefs.
We do. Oh, thank God for the chefs. I love it here. You know, like people are always like, oh, Rockford. I'm like, you're just negative. I'm like, there's bad everywhere. I'm like, I've been everywhere.
I mean, affordable cost of living. I mean, incredibly inexpensive to live.
Yes.
Your kids can get free college tuition if they get a 3.0.
Literally.
We have a river that cuts through the heart of our downtown. For a city our size, we have really great arts and culture. We have a top 150 ranked theater. We have the BMO Harris Bank Center. We have Anderson Gardens that's internationally known. We have
Coronado. Beautiful.
It's ranked 105 in the United States for best theaters. You have a nationally ranked children's museum. You have a nationally ranked park district. You have all these amenities. And yeah, we still have a bunch of other issues that we're dealing with, but you have so much good.
So much. And I love being around the people that see the good. I feel like it's so easy to be negative in this world, and I don't want any part of that in my life. Like, please leave me alone. Like,
I said this the other day, like, one thing I don't get to that same point, you may not be feeling as strong of a sense as I do on it, but like a huge frustration I have. If you read social media, which I don't recommend anyone to do.
No.
You have all these people who act like they're involved. And then you're like, okay, so you don't actually even vote, number one.
That part.
I mean, we just had our school board race that has 27,000 students in our school district, has a nearly $500 million budget, and is in charge of the education of all of our young people. And less than 9% of Rockford thought it was important enough to go to school, and vote. But you go on social media, everyone has a voice about the school district. I'm like, so why don't you get off your butt and be part of the solution? Or the other thing, just move. Like Literally. There is, in our country, there's been lots of talk about like building walls. Mm-hmm. There ain't no wall around Rockford. Like you can actually get up and go wherever you want. So like go do it.
Yeah.
Or get involved and help us make it better.
That part. No, that's so factual. I feel like Rockford, it's literally two people. You're either going to deal with the people that are like that are just going to complain online and be negative as hell and like just aggravating, or there's people that are like, this is our home. We should do everything we can in our power to make it better. And yeah, that's factual. You're definitely correct with that comment. Our community, we have some great leaders in this world. Like, there's like Vic Monsta, who's doing a lot for like the
Southwest side.
The Southwest side. Like I'm so proud of him. You have Melissa from over at Wolf's Den who, does stuff with the Arts Council. Mm-hmm. That's super neat to me. You have a lot of local rappers who are doing, Nino Cruz, he performed with Snoop Dogg, B.O.B., KV Finn, he's fired too. I love KV Finn. I love Nino too. But, there's so many you have photographers, you have Janelle Davis, who is a local a local photographer who is, a beautiful soul. Like she's the type of friend that just calls you just to say, I just want to know how you're doing today. Mm. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, like Vinny Crew, he's doing a lot for the local scene here. Camel James, Yash with Icon represent. We out here. But yeah, no, like our music scene, our art scene, not even music, just our art scene is so beautiful here. Like I believe Rockford will be known for their local art scene, like globally by like one day. I do believe that.
So and this is just a piece of it. So in 2019, I got elected in 2017. In 2019, we started putting murals up.
So pretty.
So today we have 36. We will have 9 more by the end of the summer. We also will be wrapping our utility boxes. So those signal boxes. Yeah. So, at intersections, you have the street signal.
Yeah.
So you'll have these signal boxes. We're going to wrap those with local artwork. And so you'll start seeing this like pops of color and inspiration. We'll be doing 55 of them throughout the city this summer.
I love that.
So, that's just one piece. But then, you mentioned the rap scene and the music scene. You also have a symphony orchestra.
So sick.
You have all these amazing things. You have like the Rockford University chorale that is amazing. You just have all these things, and you also have beautiful venues. Some beautiful. Smaller ones and some bigger ones. If it's Starlight or the Coronado Theater, there's some great spaces.
No, that's so accurate. Yeah, no, Rockford, I love Rockford. Like I've always been such a Rockford fan because it's home, and like yeah, I like it here. And you do a great job. I do appreciate you. Everyone has their opinion, but like I feel like more people like you than don't. Like I feel like more like you than don't. And it's usually the haters that don't like anything, that are like against you. And I just tell them to shut it. Have you ever had your heart broken?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What do you do to cope with your sadness?
So there's lots of ways to break your heart, right?
Of course. It doesn't necessarily have to be from like a girl. It could just be anything.
So probably the hardest thing I've had to deal with more recently is, so less than 3 years ago now, my dad died, and he was my best friend.
That.
And I talked to him, for, I would say since I went to college at age 18 to probably 3 years before, to 3 years before he died because of his illness, I probably talked to him between 1 and 5 times a day. And
oh, wow.
So losing him was awful. I don't think truthfully, I don't know if I like fully coped with it. We talked about the job being 24/7. There's not a ton of time. Yeah. I literally went from meetings to the funeral to the wake. That evening was done, and then right back to work the next morning. And that was not the most fun thing or probably the smartest thing, but it also, I enjoy work, and that kind of helps calm me down.
So, that would be the ultimate heartbreak, especially if you talked with him that often. And I remember, like, when I talked with you once, you like praised your father, and I think that's so beautiful. He was a great man, and like that, when I remember seeing that, I said, "Oh no, like, damn, like that sucks." I'm sorry that happened. That really does suck.
It did.
So speaking of that, was he your closest family member? Would you say?
I don't know. So there's 6 of us. I'm youngest of 6. Me and my sister Nell, she's 2.5 years older. So we were always in the house together, right?
Okay.
I mean, I have a brother who's 15 years older than me, but so by the time, I was wiping my own butt, he was already at college. So I didn't know that. But I would say my sister Nell and I are very close.
Nell?
Yeah.
That's cool. So tell me about Nell.
So Nell works, she lives in Oak Park.
I was born in Oak Park.
Were
Hey, we out here. That's cool.
She has 4 kids, a great husband named Cameron, who's a teacher in Oak Park. She works for SEIU International, and so she works from home, but she goes into D.C. and across the country for other work.
That's cool.
She's awesome.
That's super neat.
And I would say she's probably by far the smartest McNamara.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, I think all the smart genes like stopped with her. And then I was like, and I'll be going to Sylvan for 11 years. Oh,
you're the mayor, Tom. That is so cool. Like the amount of pressure that you probably have to deal with, and you just have a smile on your face the whole time. That's admirable. So give yourself more credit. I'm serious. Like, that's cool.
You got to meet her. She's pretty awesome.
But I'm sure she's dope. Now, I'm not hating. I'm sure you're incredible, but your brother's pretty damn cool too. Let's see. What are your biggest insecurities?
Oh. Constantly think about making sure I'm a good dad. I think, when you work a lot, you just don't want to miss things. And I would say, so there's that. I would say another insecurity I have is, and these are just kind of today's insecurities, because I would say there's probably, I think everyone has some from their entire life, but like what I deal with today with workload, making sure I'm there for kids. I would say also with my job title, it's kind of alarming, or it was a little startling to me, because I was way too young when my dad was mayor. Like I only got the good parts of it. Like when he was gone, I mean, when you're gone, everyone loves you, right? When you're in there, everyone hates you. Right. And so making sure that my kids and my wife, my job doesn't negatively or too much negatively impact their lives, what they can do, what they can't do, what people think about them, really for no reason other than who they're related to, me.
Okay.
That's probably one of my bigger ones. And so that'll also depend and weigh into, do I continue to do this? Do I not? Like I looked at running for Congress, was asked to do it, and it would be amazing. There's, literally only less than 2,000 people who have ever been congressmen and women. Like to be one of those would be pretty cool. Yeah. But also like being away, and then that pressure that puts on your family, like I couldn't do that to them.
Well, I feel like you figured out the balance, and I think that's kind of cool.
Every day we try to figure out the balance. I wouldn't say we got it.
You're almost there, though. That's cool, though. I love how much you love being a dad. I think that is just like, and a husband, both. I think that's just so beautiful to me. So thanks for being a good man and existing, because wow, there are some people in this world that are just embarrassments. Let's see. What was your childhood like?
It was pretty wonderful. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on this podcast, but my dad would always say that, you have lots of responsibilities. And he would say that, we grew up in the Lucky Sperm Club.
Hey, we out here. You could totally talk about sperm on this podcast.
And by that, I don't mean like, I think there's lots of variations of that. We weren't wealthy. I never had like the newest Nikes and stuff like that, but we definitely weren't hurting also. Right. I don't want that impression. But I was just really fortunate with the best type of like investments of both my parents loved me. They, my brothers and sisters, I mean, to this day now for more than 40 years, all of us go on a vacation together with all of our kids, all of our spouses for 1 week a year. No TV, really shitty internet. And we are all just together, and we still do that, and we love it. So I had that whole family thing. That's probably the most critical. And then was afforded really wonderful opportunities throughout my life. So I had a very blessed childhood.
That's beautiful. Every year you guys do that no matter what. I love that. Is it hard for you?
A lot of people who hear about it love it, and I love it. My wife calls it a trip, not a vacation.
Oh, damn.
So, damn. I mean, you're talking 34, 35 people in one cabin. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Now we're in multiple cabins because we've grown. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. All the kids love it. I mean, you get to see all your cousins and be with them. I mean, What more can you have? And we don't do anything crazy. So like every couple of neat things we do is each family. So me and Sarah and our kids will make dinner one night. So then you don't have to make dinner every single night, but that one night you're making dinner for 35 people.
Damn.
And then, most of the time that you're there, you're hanging out on the beach, sitting by a bonfire, having a cocktail.
Yeah.
Some folks go shopping. I'll try to sneak off and go golfing.
Hey.
But it's really, really low key.
That's so neat. So like, do you guys stay like close to the Rockford area, or do you guys like travel for this?
So we forever, like all the way up until maybe 3 years ago, always went to the same place.
Oh, that's cool.
Always. We always rented cabins at the same place up in Michigan, about 7 hours away.
At the
UP? Not quite that far. It was between like Frankfurt and Beulah, about 45, 60 minutes south of Traverse City. And that was amazing. Now we've kind of outgrown that. And so it's really hard, though, by the way, to find a place that 35 people can go on the same week.
That's what I was going to say. I was like,
and it's wicked expensive.
Is that?
It's just gotten more expensive. So next year we go into this new place, and we have been on the waiting list for like 3 years, and we will now rent out the entire place because we are that big.
That's amazing. I bet
we'll find out. We'll find out if it's good or not.
we will stay tuned, y'all. We will find out. That's crazy cool, though. I think that's really cool. What is the happiest moment of your whole life?
Man, there's been lots. I would say getting married, but like more specifically on that, I would say, the rehearsal dinner and stuff like that, like those experiences that you're actually, everyone I think says like, oh, my wedding day. Yes, but I think there's pieces of it that you don't remember because it's a blur. But like that rehearsal dinner, just seeing the family and the friends all there was pretty special. I would say, and this is what I'm about to say is not taking away from my son. So when he watches this in like 15 years, I'm not saying anything. But Sarah had a really difficult pregnancy with Olympia. And so she was bedridden for a while. Then she was hospitalized. Then when we had the baby, we were able to have her, which was really happy. But then she was hospitalized. So that through that process, there was lots of really happy days. Yeah.
Wow. And Olympia's your first, right? So she's your...
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's your baby. Okay.
She's the reason why there's going to be bars on every window in my house.
Y'all heard it here.
With like electrical charges.
Oh, damn. Okay.
No one's getting near her.
Do not date that girl.
Do not do it.
Oh, man. That's cute, though.
She's like 7 going on 17.
Oh. Well, with parents like you guys, I'm sure she is. Father as a mayor, mom as like one of the most respected artists in Rockford. Like, that's incredible. And like, I'm sure, you know, she's gaining a lot of your characteristics, both of you. So she's probably pretty damn cool. Like,
hopefully more from Sarah. But she like turned to me the other day and she's like, OMG, Dad. And I was like, girl, what? What are you saying? Like,
she told you.
She's like literally, will you go upstairs and get, and I'm like, where are you getting these words?
What? Oh, damn. Okay, Olympia, get it, girl. Did you have any role models growing up?
For sure. 6 built into the house, 5 with siblings. Mom and dad for sure. I would say probably my dad was probably my biggest one. I would say though, my mom also in many ways that most people don't realize, like she's not as well known as my dad. But she volunteered on everything. So I think, and she just had an incredible work ethic, still does. So I would say parents, for sure.
That's beautiful.
I really like Dave Gomel, who runs Rosecrans. I've known him for a long time. He's a wonderful man. There's lots of people now that I really look up to. Bill Gorski, who was the president of Swedish American. I meet with him every 3 to 4 weeks.
Wow.
Sometimes it's every 6 weeks, and we just met once. He was like, hey, thought maybe you'd want to talk to someone. I was, 34 when I became mayor, or 33.
Hey.
And so I started meeting with him, and he had run a major operation. So I usually sit and talk to him, and that's been very helpful.
So when you hang out with him, you guys just talk just as friends, or is it like for a meeting?
So we meet, and it's usually 45 minutes or an hour. Probably I'll say every 4 to 6 weeks.
That's cool.
And we will talk families, how families are doing. I'll ask him, or he'll ask me if I have any big issues I'm struggling with at the time. And it's just a safe space. I can say exactly what I want, how I want it.
That's so beautiful.
And he'll give me unfiltered feedback.
I like it. We out here.
And
that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit of everything. He's been really wonderful to me.
That's amazing. No, I like that. Where do you hope to be in 10 years?
In what way?
With life. Like, where do you hope to be?
Man, doing something I love that in some way is giving back to the community and helping people.
I like that.
I hope my retirement's in a lot better position than it is today. And hopefully also in that having an ability to spend all the time I'll need to with my kids.
I love that. What is the best thing about your job right now?
People. I mean, it sounds super corny, but I mean, just today I could even rattle off more things I've done today that I'm getting to meet all these different people, and it's just it's the coolest job you can have, and especially like in your hometown. You are a really cool mayor.
Like, you are just always down to do things for your community, and I think that's beautiful because I feel like sometimes you hear stories about like people's mayors and they're just kind of like jerks, like they're like, I'm not going to that. I don't want to do that. That sounds lame. Like, I'm not going to do that. And I think it's kind of beautiful that you're always so supportive and excited about people doing things in Rockford. For sure. And I mean, the way I look at it, like, I'm not doing this forever. Like, this isn't going to be my career. I hope it isn't. You only have a finite period of time, right? And so each time you get elected, you got 4 years. And so why not do, and I think you owe it to people who voted for you and against you to spend every day as much as you can doing it.
otherwise, like the not going to an event, I mean, my team usually yells at me that I say yes too much. I've tried to slow some of it down because some you just need time to do some of the work.
Yeah.
But it's also super fun. Like that's some of the most fun part of the job is going to different events.
That's cool. What's been your favorite event this year that you've gone to?
We've had some really good events.
Rockford is dope. Rockford, there's always crazy things happening here.
God, there was a couple of really good events back to back. I've had a lot of them. I mean, I got to go to Rockford University commencement, which doesn't sound like the coolest event, but it was really well done. Got to go to an event over at Anderson Gardens. That was really pretty special.
That place is so pretty.
There's been a lot, to be honest with you.
I like that. So let's see. What can the city do to support, I guess you guys do so much for the art world, but this was a question someone wanted me to ask you. I was like, I could ask that. So what can the city do to support their artists to know, one second, they worded this way wrong. What can the city do to support their artists more to where they don't have to leave here and move to a different city? I guess, yeah, I don't know. So basically, what do you think the city could do? You guys do so much already, but yeah, let's see what you think.
So I would say there's a lot of different things. One, we got to utilize the talent that we have, right? I don't think everything in Rockford needs to be only done by Rockfordians. I mean, we want to bring other talent in from outside as well. But I think celebrating those talents that we have. So if it is with murals, if it's with the signal boxes, I mean, we're also, painting telephone poles and making sure of those things. We also did a poet laureate. So we're first time ever in Rockford's history. We now have a youth and an adult poet laureate. So highlighting those arts and really helping inspire others. If it's so we have a Rockford Area Arts Council. We have increased the amount of money that we provide to the Rockford Area Arts Council since I've been mayor by more than 50%. And I think right now we're also moving through for the first time in our city's history to do an arts and cultural plan. So this arts and cultural plan is really going to outline what our community needs to do over the next decade. And so everyone right now has the opportunity to have their voices heard. So making sure that we're an investor in that plan, not just talking about it on things like this, but also investing so that we can get the best of the best to help us formulate that plan. I would also say you look at housing. We need more kind of workforce housing, that 1 and 2 bedroom studio apartments that are affordable for people who are just starting off in their industry. And so I think those are things that we can do and that we've been actively working on. I would also say we need to just, on a broader scale, 2 things. One is I've really tried to get to as many schools as I can. And I think that's important, not just for artists, but for everyone, but also to talk to young people about all the different avenues that they have, because maybe their parents aren't, maybe they're not seeing it themselves. So talking to them about those opportunities and avenues. And probably the biggest thing, and I'm not the best at it, but I'm working on it, is just be game. I mean, don't say no. Like, try to get to a yes. And I think, most times when I meet with people, they're asking me for something, which I get. I mean, they've already been told no, or they really need something and they think I'm the person who can get it for them.
Right.
And it can be easy to start to be like, nope. But trying to say, okay, I may not be able to get you everything you want. Signal boxes, it's a small thing I just keep bringing up. But,
I'm really excited about that, though. I think that's going to be super neat.
But they wanted to do utility boxes, and they wanted to pick all these different streets. And I'm like, so I don't own all the utility boxes. And if we do them, on East State Street, well, we don't own many of those signal boxes either.
Right.
Because those are owned by Illinois Department of Transportation because it's a state road.
Right.
So we had to think about and say, yes, let's do it. But we just can't do it the way you want to today. But let me have some time with my team and we'll come up with some ideas. And so what we did is we looked at all the signal boxes the city of Rockford owns, which in a way I think could be cooler because it's more in neighborhoods and just outside of neighborhoods instead of on major thoroughfares. So it's kind of a little bit closer to people. And so we came back and said, hey, we have these 60 signal boxes. We can do this. And we will give you $30,000 towards your $60,000 that you need to do it. And so we got to a yes, maybe not the exact yes they wanted initially, but didn't just say, no, we can't do that. You're crazy.
See, that's so beautiful to me that you're always trying to help no matter what. And it's genuine. You could tell it's not like bull, you know, like it's genuine. Like you're like, let me see what I can do. When I called you, when I was freaking out about my fest, I was like, Tom, I'm freaking out. You're like, get another venue. You will be fine. And honestly, I listened to you and everything was fine. And like, you know, the next time I did it, I talked with you, you told me what I had to do and I did it and it went great. So like, you know, you've always just been so supportive of, you know, your community. Why is that word so hard for me to say today? What the hell? But yeah, I think that's beautiful. Like you're so on board with, you know, people here and like, you're not a hater. I think that's kind of beautiful.
I can be when I gotta push myself sometimes.
I bet. And yeah, and that's the most beautiful part of it. You know, you're like, no, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do this even if you don't want to. And like, it's so hard to do that. Like,
it's hard.
It is. So I appreciate your heart. Like, I think that's really cool. Let's see. I have so many great questions that I could ask you, but I want to ask questions that are more about you, you know, like.
Can I say just two things to listeners?
Let's go.
Just about mental health. I'm prefacing this by saying we're not where we need to be or should be, but these are just two programs I want people to know about.
Ooh, yes.
So we started our region's first CCRT, or Community Crisis Response Team. And so now when someone's in mental health crisis and they call 911, it's not 24/7. We're working towards that. But I want to say it's like 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. So that's we're getting amazing. There. It may be 6 or 5 a.m. But so it's about 18 hours a day. If someone's in crisis and they call 911, we no longer just send police. So we used to send police. And if you think about it, like, so you typically have big burly people with, you know, bulletproof vests and guns. Like nothing says de-escalation besides sending those. Right. And they often have the best hearts. I'm not saying anything negative, but now we are teaming up EMS professionals with social workers supported by police.
Yes.
And so we are doing that. And then we served about 1,555 people last year doing that.
This year, that.
We're also decreasing the number of people then that we go for those crisis situation calls that go to jail because now we're providing other services. We also have a program called Mobile Integrated Health. So you can think of this a lot of different ways, but it's really delved into and expanded to include behavioral health in our community. And the idea for this is we have a lot of people who call 911.
Yes.
And we have a lot of people who call 911 a lot, like 80, 100, 150 times a year. And often they're not true emergencies. So what we have done is we've created Mobile Integrated Health. And what we do is we go out to these homes of, some would call them super users of our system. Mm-hmm. And remember, every time someone calls 911, we have to send an ambulance and a fire truck out there. So you're sending almost $2 million worth of equipment out there. You're sending 5 or 6 personnel out there, and it could be for something that you didn't need any of them for.
Wow.
So we now have Mobile Integrated Health where we send an EMS and a nurse proactively out to these homes. So let's say Lizzie's one of these super users. We would send them out to Lizzie's house and they'd say, hey, it sounds like you've had a lot going on in the last couple of days. You know, do you mind if we do your blood pressure? Do you mind if we connect you and do like a quick little physical? And then what we may find is, hey, maybe you just need a primary care physician. And we then connect you to those resources. And so we served about 950 individuals this year. But and we do that, and it's changed people how they're handling mental health situations as well as sobriety situations.
I love that.
And so really trying to expand our offerings, and also it has lots of benefits, right? For the citizen, it does. For us, financially, it does. At the city. Also, we're de-escalating those situations. So you're not seeing a lot of these higher and higher escalated situations.
That's incredible. Wow. No, that's I like that. I definitely, okay, I will make sure to like really point that part of this interview out, because that's brilliant. I didn't know that. And like, that's so cool. Okay.
It's pretty neat.
That's incredible. No, that makes me really happy, actually. And I'm glad it's like positively impacting like the communities. That's really cool. Let's see. When is the last, this is going to be a good question for you. When is the last time you did something that was just for yourself? And what was it?
Like just for myself.
You're like, uh-oh.
I had a glass of bourbon last night. It wasn't for anyone but me.
I'm hollering. We out here, y'all. I'm done.
So, I don't know. I went and hit golf balls a couple of weeks ago that I was out running errands. Now I feel like if my wife listens to this, she's going to be like, what were you doing?
Oh, no.
I just told her it took a long time at the grocery store. But I just went and hit golf balls, and that was probably 2 weeks ago that I did that.
That's cool. Yeah. No, that's cool. So you really do love golf. I think that's super neat.
I do.
Like, golf is such a classy sport. It's expensive,
I'm not classy.
I hear.
I'm not classy, but I do love it.
I'm not classy. Tell me about your best friend.
You know her.
Sarah?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I mean, yeah. I love the people I work with. Like, I have just an awesome team. So, and they've become really close friends. Like Todd Cagnoni, our city administrator, not going to find a bigger heart, better person, more honest person. Nick Meyer, not going to find someone funnier and brighter. Jennifer Cacciapaglia, not going to find someone more passionate and stronger. Laura, just as hardworking, dependable, fantastic person. We got a really wonderful team. It's fun to work with. You're like working with friends.
That's really cool. No, that's beautiful. Let's see. So, where could I Do you have any goals you're currently working on?
Yes.
You want to talk about any of them?
No. So lots of them. Barbara Coleman is a big one. I mean, I think it's a transformational project, not just for Southwest Rockford, but for our city. That's going to be so cool. I think expanding Rockford Promise. So we have first 2 years, 205 kids having free tuition. This will be its third year. Its class is the biggest class we've had. It's 154 kids.
Oh,
Think of this. 70% of the kids who are taking advantage of the Rockford Promise are first-generation college-going students.
I love that.
Our Rockford's population only has about a 23% of our population has a college degree. I'm not saying everyone needs to go to college, but like you look at what happens when you have higher educational attainment levels.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me a community in the country that has high educational attainment levels and high violent crime. You can't. Every community that has high educational attainment levels has lower rates of violent crime.
Ooh,
you also, every community that has higher educational attainment levels always has more thriving economies. So it's huge impact. So expanding that. I want to get Family Peace Center, which serves survivors of domestic and sexual violence. We have the only Family Peace Center in the state of Illinois. It's a one-stop shop that has more than 30 organizations that a survivor can walk through the doors and get all the services they need in one space in a trauma-informed way with one intake, and also has care for your children. I want to move into phase 2, which would be a 70,000 square foot building. And then we are opening up a community healing center at the Boys and Girls Club on Kilburn. That'll open this year. I want to make sure that opens well and strong. So those are some of them. There's some huge economic development wins that I'm not going to get into yet, but we're working towards. I want to win like 70% of those. I think we have a handful or more than a handful of them that we're going after, and I know we won't get them all, but I want to win about 70% of them.
I love that. Tom, you're such a not selfish man. I asked you if you've been working on any goals, and they were all for the community. That's beautiful.
Well, that's my job. Like that's,
Yeah.
I feel it's somewhat selfish. Like I want to do good at my job, so I got to do good stuff.
But no, like that's just so pretty to me. Like I love that. That's cool.
I wish I could be like, I want to read 3 books a week. Like I'm not that
Speaking
person.
of books, what's your favorite book? None. Got it. No, I feel that. I've been on like an Audible kick though. Like I really like love that I could just be doing my thing and like getting good advice from different like book authors. Like
I do like I don't do Audible books, but I should.
Yeah, it's really
do you do
convenient.
them through the library?
I do it right through Audible, like the app. Like it's right in my phone.
Do you pay for them?
It's cheap. I think it's like $10 a month, and you get like 1 credit for a book or something. Maybe it's like 15. It's not bad. It's affordable and it's amazing. And then you could also pause like the credit, and it's only like I think $8 or something to just listen to your books you already have. So it's really cool, and it's cool. I like it.
So you should. I am telling you something you should do that I don't do myself and wish I would do.
Let's go. What's up?
I should do this. My wife, by the way, I'm just going to preface this all by saying my wife is amazing and she has a library card, and I've just asked for the account number maybe for the last 3 years and I haven't got it. But
oh, no.
At some point she'll give it to me. You can go on to the Rockford Public Library website, and with your account number, you can get all their ebooks, and you can also do Audible books.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you're paying $10, you don't even need to do that. I have heard that they have an excellent selection. And a lot of people I know, because I've listened to a lot of podcasts. Like every morning I'm listening to something, usually while I'm getting ready, taking a shower, stuff like that. I don't like the silence, so I'll listen to something. And everyone's like, you should do that. And I just haven't yet done it.
That's cool. So guys, you could go to the Rockford Public Library, the website. I can't talk, guys. I swear I suck at talking. But and you could get like free ebooks. That's actually really neat. Huh. Okay. I'll check that out. Cause yeah, I do definitely listen to my books. What can you do today, later, to bring yourself joy? For you, not for your city, for you.
So what will bring me joy? All right. So I want to get home tonight. So I have a pretty light evening, this evening. Okay. And so I missed my kids the last 2 nights. I didn't get home before they were asleep. So my goal is when I get done meeting with the Girl Scouts, I'm going to beeline it to home. I'm going to probably pour myself a cocktail. I am going to more than likely catch them right when they're about to go to bed. So kiss them, maybe read them a book, and then I'm going to sit, and I usually end up sitting in my son's room in his chair until he falls asleep. And that'll bring me joy because it'll be real quiet. He will say some of the funniest things to me. He has like a photographic memory of things that happened in the past, and he'll be like, do you remember that one Tuesday? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? He was like, you were wearing a red shirt. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like,
that's amazing though.
So he's really fun just to talk to as he's kind of like falling asleep.
I do want to ask, how did you guys come up with your children's names? They're cool.
They are cool. So my wife came up with both of their first names. So she came up with Olympia mainly because Olympia, Washington, and Malachi for, I believe it is messenger of God. And then so it's Malachi, John. John's my dad's name. Ambrose is, I believe, her grandfather's name. And then you have Olympia. Rose is her relative. Maureen is my dad's sister who passed away. So all of them have a meaning to them.
That's so cool. I'm glad I asked that. Okay. Hell yeah. That's cool. Is there any advice? Well, you gave us great advice about mental health. Is there any actually, I'm going to ask this question. What is the best advice you've ever heard? This is like my favorite question.
So I think everything comes down to attitude and gratitude.
Ooh.
And I think it's pretty unique because you control both. So
literally,
you can wake up and decide that today's going to be a day, and maybe your attitude is you want to take on the day and get a lot done. Maybe, or you can sit back and be like, woe is me, and have that attitude. But I think you control that attitude. And then gratitude is really good to know when things are going well, and you can feel it more, but also really good to know on those really difficult days. Like I know, like I'm just grateful that when I get home, as long as I'm home at a decent time, like my 2 kids, as difficult as my day will be, and no matter what someone says, the haters say, I know,
Haters.
like I had a difficult day last week. It was just it was a hard day, and it was on top of multiple hard days. And when I came home, my son was literally at the back gate. I don't know why or how, but he was just waiting and just being grateful for what you have. And I think everything's attitude and gratitude. And if you have a positive attitude and the right mindset and you are grateful, other things start to fall in place.
Ooh, okay. Attitude and gratitude. I like that. Okay, that's sick. I'm with that. So are you, okay, would your childhood self be proud of who you've become?
Some days.
The honesty, y'all. I love that. Okay, well, I honestly really appreciate you coming on my show. I was so nervous to even send the message, but I'm like, wait, this is Tom. I could just message and just say, yo, what's up? I want this. And you're like, I got you. I was like, yes. I was really excited about that.
No, I appreciate being on with you. Appreciate what you're doing in the community. If I can do something to help you, just let me know.
Oh, I appreciate you, Tom. No, well, yeah, Loyal F Girl podcast. It's just basically, I'm letting people in Rockford tell their story. Like, everyone has a struggle of their own. And I think it's important that people could learn about, this community and stuff. Absolutely. And it's kind of cool. People are hitting me up from like not in Rockford now. So like I'm expanding and I'm like, oh, damn, that's like awesome. That's crazy. So yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, I really appreciate you. Is there anything you'd like to let the listeners know extra, just anything at all?
No, I appreciate the work that you do. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I always want to do like one of those slow jams to like mean tweets and just read like comments that people have made to me on social media.
Oh my God, that would be so fun.
I think it would be pretty amazing.
Yes.
And then maybe give the responses I always wish I could give. Maybe I'll do all that when I'm not mayor.
That part. Maybe not today, but soon. When you're not a mayor, you'll come back on and we will do that and we will laugh and I will curse like I normally do on my podcast.
It'll be the X-rated one, yes.
They'll be like, damn, okay, Lil Lizzie and Tom, chill out. Like,
no, I guess the only things I would say to listeners is make sure that you're taking care of yourself and your loved ones. And if you do live in Rockford, if there's ways that I can be of help, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll let you know if I can, and I'll let you know if I can't. But we want to be there as a service to you. I mean, we all at the city work for all of you. So just want to be as helpful as I can. Appreciate the opportunity of being on with you.
No, I appreciate you. And guys, he's not joking. Like if you guys need our mayor, don't be scared to, call City Hall and say, can I set up an appointment? Can I set up a meeting? Like, our mayor is no joke. Like, he is a genuine soul. He's a good man. Like, I know some of y'all are haters, but like, actually, they won't be watching this because my people, they probably love you. Like,
even the haters, like, give me a call. I mean, I think so. My cell phone's 815-262-6734. Give me a call instead of sitting home in your mom's basement complaining about me. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation.
Damn,
and see what we can do.
Squad up, y'all. Okay, well, I love that. Okay, y'all got the number. Hit him up and fix whatever it is you're upset about, and he'll try to help.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. All right, guys. Well. I guess I'm gonna say bye now. It's so weird not cursing, y'all. I'm really trying here. All right.
You've done well.
I'm very proud of me. We out here. All right, guys. Well, go ahead and say bye, Tom.
Take care.
All right. Well, this is Lil Lizzie here, and I like it raw. Bye. Blink. Let's go. I'm done.